Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Kelsey. It is a Monday morning, and there's something so fantastic about Monday mornings. I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy as you're grumbling through your morning with your cup of coffee, but hear me out. Monday mornings, we get to start over. Maybe we ate too much chocolate over the weekend or drank too many beers and we get a fresh start and can get back on track. Or maybe we were a little too lazy, kind of like I was watching Hulu, and you get up and stretch and just recharge yourself. It's a new day, it's a brand new week, and I just find something so exciting about that. So, happy dang Monday, everyone. Hopefully it is a good day for you, a good week. I know right now it is such weird times. Some of you may not even know that it's Monday if you've been quarantined for so long. So, yes, just keeping you updated. It is Monday, April 13th. For the rest of you who are still working, our essential employees, I shout out to you on this Monday. It could be something that maybe you're dreading, and I hope I can bring you a little bit of joy or motivation to get you through today and remind you that you are a wonderful person for what you're doing and keep it up. So, you guys, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things, and that is music. I want to bring you all of the greatest things in this world, and music is going to be one of those topics. I am here to share with you artists, authors, poets, whatever it might be, who are very talented. And I want to, maybe it'll be the first time you've heard about some of these people. Maybe you'll have already discovered them and you know yourself how great they are. And hopefully you can give me suggestions too. But I recently have been obsessing over country music artist Morgan Wallen, and it got me thinking about talking about him. And I've mentioned his name to a few different people, and they are like, Morgan Wallen, what? So that's where, hey, here I am. This is what this podcast is going to do, is it's going to share fantastic talent. So I would love to start off with music. And today it is all about how music is absolute therapy for me. My goodness, I have a tattoo from Miranda Lambert on my arm. That is how much music means to me. My mom and I, going on, I think 8 years ago now, went and got tattoos of what she has, the pistols on her arm, because we love her as an artist. So that is, like I said, that's how much music means to me, and how much it can just get me through a day. And I have to say, this whole quarantine thing, I've been locked up a lot of times in my office making phone calls. I'm on working the call center for 8 hours every day, just trying to help people. And sometimes it is mind numbing to constantly be answering phone calls. And I give people so much credit who do that for a job every single day. And you know what? Just to kind of help me stay sane, I play some music very quietly in the background, but at least it's still there for me, and it gives me a little bit of a release, a little bit of an escape. So, if you are a country music fan, like I said, right now I have been obsessing over Morgan Wallen. He has an older album that was released a couple years ago. He's working on a new one coming out this Friday, also, which I'm so excited for. But he is just this good old Southern boy from Tennessee, and he is writing music from the heart about heartbreak and exes and love and loss, and there's some really good ones too that are upbeat and feisty, which I really appreciate. He honestly has one song out called This Bar that takes me right down memory lane over my 11 years of being a bartender. And it is, God, I literally can envision my 19-year-old self bartending and watching, love loss, people fight, people hook up, and just happiness and laughs. And it's just one of those moments where everything flashes before your eyes. It's one of those songs. And I appreciate those moments. And I am I am actually moving right now. I am in the process of packing up. I only have a couple days left in my house right now. So, in order to keep pushing me through packing, you're dang right, I need some music, some motivation. So, I have my earbuds in for hours every day, and it's just been Morgan Wallen on repeat right now. That is just who I find super fascinating, and lyrics that just really resonate with me. So, that is someone I recommend you go out and check out if you are a country music fan. And I apologize, I country music is my first love. I have a very broad taste of music. Growing up being a Backstreet Boys girl, but I also rocked out to Poison and Motley Crue with the best of them. So I'm very much all over the place. I can happily listen to John Legend and older music like that. You got Johnny Cash gets played on the jukebox all the time when I'm working at the bar. Those types of 1940s to today music of any sort. So like I said, you're going to hear a lot about music, a lot of it's not just your average review that I want to bring you on this podcast. It's honest, deep opinions about some of the greatest things out there. Like I said, I'm here to bring you joy. I'm here to be a positive light for you every day. And whatever is making me happy, I of course want to share that with you. So that is my topic right now. And thinking about listening to Morgan Wallen on Spotify right now, just constant shuffle. I kind of laughed thinking about how I go through these moments of just obsession, and I listen on repeat, repeat, repeat. And I caught myself thinking about how I've done this in the past. And prior to this, it was last May, I got hooked on Luke Combs. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I have been a Luke Combs fan for ever since he started. And there was something about last summer, I think was when he came out with Beer Never Broke My Heart. And I just decided to listen to not just that song, but all of his songs. And it was 3.5 hours of my time could be spent listening to his music. It takes that long to get through all of his songs, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. And I just, instead of being picky, I just listened to it all. I just put it on shuffle while I cleaned the house, did the dishes, baked something, was out in the yard, raking, picking up sticks, playing with the dogs, just sitting out on the deck in the sun, just being still, listening to this music. I found that it cracked me up listening to Beer Can because it was summer, and I would take Snapchat videos cracking open a beer can. Like, that was perfect. Or, there were just ones that really called to your heart, like Lonely One, or I love his rendition of Dive, his cover of that. It is such a great, heartfelt song. And She Ain't Ready. I love, love, love that song. It's older music of his that I just was constantly listening to. And it was May through September. Like, seriously, I spent a lot of time listening and falling in love with his words and his music. And in September of last year, I ended up going to see him in concert for the first time in Minneapolis. And it was the best concert. I would happily go to every single one of his concerts again if I had the opportunity. It was just such a great show, and it felt so good. It warmed my heart to finally see him live and hear those songs that have meant so much to me. It was great. And that is why I love concerts. Kind of a sidebar, it is one perk of living by Minneapolis. we have the ability to see great concerts, and I've seen Eric Church, I think, 3 or 4 times. Garth Brooks was one of the greatest shows. To see a legend like Garth Brooks in person is just phenomenal and something I'll always remember. And then I added, like I said, Luke Combs to the list. I've seen Kane Brown, who is amazing live. His voice is so good. And seeing Shania Twain, growing up with that woman, holy cow, to see her live, she is gorgeous. The woman hasn't aged at all. And then, of course, Miranda Lambert, definitely seeing her. She was honestly my very first concert I went to. I was, oh man, I think I was 13 or 15, and Keith Urban was playing in Minneapolis, and Miranda Lambert was opening act for him. Oh my gosh, this was back in her Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, Gunpowder and Lead days, and she was just this little fiery pistol. And I'll never forget that. That was my first show, and that just brought this love out in me of live music. So I am very fortunate to live close to Target Center, XL Center, and also the Country Fest and Country Jam grounds in Wisconsin. I'm right smack in the middle of them right now, and there's nothing better than live music. Gary Allen is also another one I've seen in concert 3 or 4 times. My best friend and I have gone, I should say, and it is great. So you guys, as I'm babbling about music, like, oh god, music is therapy to me. And I, like I said, want to always share with you things that bring me so much joy. And I want to hear what you have to say too. So that is why I love this open dialogue with this podcast, to be able to get messages in return, because I am all about, if you know a good song, one that you're hearing on repeat all the time, I want to hear that too. And that applies to a good book, maybe a good movie or TV series. I am all about investing my time in those types of things. So I hope this sparks a conversation, one that, brings us all joy, or, maybe it even just brings you sadness. That is one of the best parts about music, is there is a song for you, whether you just had your heart broke, whether you lost someone, or maybe you're planning your wedding and it's the happiest day of your life and you need a song that you're walking down the aisle to. There's music for every aspect of life, and that's why it is so important in my life. There's nothing better than just going for a drive, windows down, and a good song on the radio as you're putzing around the back roads. So that is, yeah, that is my thoughts. And honestly, this podcast, I don't want it to be just a straightforward, every day or every week you're going to tune in and I'm going to talk about the stock market or the latest thing with politics, or, celebrities who you saw on TMZ, the latest makeup tips. I'm not here to be that type of influencer. I am here to specifically talk about great people, or people that I find to be very genuine. And that is my goal with this, is ultimately I would love to travel around the world and podcast with great people. So this is, right now, obviously we're just starting out, so the only great person I'm talking to is myself, which is not so bad. Expert opinion. But for real, that's my goal and my vision with this. So I hope to follow through with this aspiration. And how great would it be to have somebody sitting next to me dialed in that is a celebrity, or, making great music or writing great books. That is what I really hope to bring all of you in the future, as long as you stay tuned in. So, like I said, happy Monday, guys. I hope you make the most of it. This is another kind of short listen. We're rolling on about 15 minutes, but I felt this in my heart today, and I wanted to share something so good with you. So, like I said, if you are a music fan, country music specifically, I highly recommend you download Spotify. That's my go-to, is Spotify, but I know you can do Amazon or Apple. There's a million different ways to listen to music, Google Music, and go shuffle through some good old country boys like Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs. They have some of the greatest music out right now. I know Luke dropped an album, I want to say it was last fall, and he's got some great songs. If you want a good feel good love song, listen to Better Together. And right now, Morgan's song on the radio is Chasing You, which is a really good song too. So that is my 2 cents for this morning and this week right now, in case I don't have any more episodes. So thank you guys again for tuning in to Conversations with Kelsey. I will follow up with you all later. Have a good one.